Welcome, everybody. I'm very excited to talk about More Than Pink Walk and what's going on with Komen. Now, tell me the proper title for Komen now. It's not Komen Austin anymore.
It's Komen Greater Central and East Texas.
There we go. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But we're very happy to have you guys. Can you guys introduce yourselves? Go around. Yvonne, start with you.
Good start. Okay,
go.
good start. So I'm always careful to be on mute. My name is Yvonne McGill, and I am at Dell Technologies. I'm a Senior Vice President in our finance organization.
Excellent. Welcome.
I'm Amber Gonzalez. I'm also at Dell Technologies, and I am in our global Marcom team.
And I know you're not really Susan G. Komen.
That came up that way, yeah.
Uh-huh.
My name's Janine O'Deans. I'm the Executive Director for our local affiliate of Susan G. Komen, the Greater Central and East Texas region.
That's excellent. Well, thank you guys all for coming in. You know, we here at iHeartMedia have been very happy to be partnered with you for many, many, many years. And, you know, we all understand just how prevalent breast cancer is. For my family, it was my grandma and her two sisters, and you know, they were longtime survivors, which is great. And it's funny because you go, well, that was like 40 years ago. Imagine how great the technology and science is now. But still, it's one of those things that pretty much everybody's been touched by. And so we are very, very happy to be with you guys. And it's September, and that means that we're heading into October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So tell us what's going on for September.
Well, what's going on for September, Heather, is our More Than Pink Walk. So what used to be the Race for the Cure, as many know, was rebranded last year as the More Than Pink Walk, and that will be September 27th. So just a little over a week away.
And it's a little bit different this year, yeah?
Yeah, it's virtual, right? We're living in this pandemic world, and so
weird.
Yeah, it's. But you know, it has some silver linings, right? I mean, we can have people from all over the area participate. They don't have to drive downtown that morning. They can walk where they are in their neighborhood or at a local park or a trail. And so everybody can participate wherever they are.
That's excellent. And that's coming up September 27th. And so we talked to you earlier this week on our morning show, and I really liked that you said, you know, it allows for a lot more flexibility, which is great.
Yeah, it sure does. So the, you know, Sunday mornings, it's hurricane season. We don't know what the weather's going to be like. You might have a little different schedule. So we will have the opening ceremony, just like we always have at the beginning of the walk. We'll be broadcasting that on Facebook and on YouTube. You can really walk whenever it works for you, and you can do a mile, you can do 3 miles. You know, if you're a runner and you miss that competitive run, go for it. If you want to walk or jog it, you can do that. And, you know, if you want to walk your house or be on a treadmill, you can do that too. So really
that's cool. We have a treadmill. That's awesome. I like that. So
Yvonne,
is it Yvonne or Yvonne?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Dell is a presenting sponsor this year, or is the presenting sponsor. Tell us a little bit about Dell's involvement, because I know it's been a couple years now too, and you guys are just terrifically excited about this year.
Sure. Thanks, Heather. Happy to. So Dell Technologies, we've been long supported and sponsored Komen and the Walk with really strong participation through our Women in Action employee resource group. Women in Action is one of our 13 employee resource groups at Dell. The group's actually 20,000 strong globally, hard to believe, right?
Wow.
With 7,000 members in North America and 2,500 right here in Central Texas, including women and men that are really helping to create this global community within Dell that provides development, leadership, advocacy, and networking opportunities for all of our members. As executive sponsor, I'm personally committed to providing this inclusive community that really, I feel like really empowers and retains and attracts female talent. It provides them with the flexibility and support they need to really bring their authentic selves to work each day and know that they belong and they're able to develop, grow, and succeed, and ideally achieve all of their career goals at Dell. So why do we choose to support Komen? Well, as part of our commitment at Dell to advance human progress, Dell's partnered with researchers around the world in their mission to eradicate breast cancer as a life-threatening disease by advancing research, education, screening, and delivering more precise cancer treatment plans quicker. We want to help in the fight against breast cancer for women and men suffering with the disease. We also support breast cancer education within Dell, so within the company globally, as well as the communities we live and work in. We support the Komen bold goal to reduce the current number of breast cancer deaths by 50% in the US by 2026. So, it's important to our employees at Dell. We're committed to advancing human progress. We want to support the access to quality screening and treatment that Komen helps with. The steps that each of us are going to take in the walk may seem small, but they add up to a big difference for those who have been impacted by breast cancer. So I want to do what I can to continue to build a future really free of this disease. I know I'm going to walk, my family's going to walk, and with the flexibility, my family in Tennessee and my family in Michigan, they're walking for Central Texas this year also. I just know that I want to help all of our Dell Technologies team members and families and friends for going through this journey. So I encourage everyone, individuals, groups, communities, companies, to support Komen and the walk. It's a great cause. It'll impact all of us.
This is a good time to talk to Amber, right? Because Amber,
Absolutely.
You're here because you have a very personal connection to breast cancer and why the walk and why you support Komen. Why don't you tell us your story?
Yeah, so actually our story kind of as a family goes back a couple of decades. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2003, and she lost her battle in August of 2004. And less than 3 months later, we actually participated in our first walk as a family. And this year will actually be our 17th walk that we'll do. It'll be a little different. We're going to walk in our neighborhood, but we're still going to get together. And it's a way for us to just honor the community, honor my mom, and continue to fight against breast cancer and support research. That's something that we're very passionate about. So as far as my own personal story, it kind of started off with my mom, and about 2014, I was asked to join the gala committee with Komen. So I've actually known Janine for quite a while, and have been on that committee. And it's been a great way for us to still do our family walk participation, but also get more involved with what Komen is doing in their mission. And then in 2017, my cousin and I decided that we would step up and be the co-chairs for the gala that year.
Excellent.
And then a couple of months later, I got my own breast cancer diagnosis.
Oh,
so
no.
December of 2017, I had just turned 37. And, I had been vigilant. I was self-advocating and was able to find the cancer early. And I'm thankful for my mom because I was so vigilant because of her. And it really, we caught it early. I had support from the Komen team. They were actually my first call. Besides, my husband and I talking, my first call was to Komen because I was like, I need support. And I want to make sure that I have the best doctors and I'm doing everything I can. And they were very supportive. And it was nice to have that support. And also it's a little bit scary because you don't want to tell your family until you have all the information. You don't want to talk to your boss.
Right.
And it was somebody that I could talk to that was kind of removed from that, but then also knew me. So my diagnosis was stage 1, and I thought, okay, that's fairly early. It should be a relatively simple plan of how to attack this. And I ended up actually having to go through surgery. Subsequently, I had to do fertility treatments because I was still in my 30s and not having children yet. I went through 12 rounds of chemo, and I did cold cap therapy to keep my hair. And then I went through 6 weeks of radiation, and then I still had quite a bit of immunotherapy to do. And actually, one of the really cool things about the research that Komen's doing, and I know that the funding helps, is that while I was actually in treatment, my immunotherapy was supposed to last for a full year. I actually was able to shorten it to just 6 months. They found out while I was in treatment that it was just as effective to do 6 months for early stage as it was to do a year, which meant I got my port out earlier. I didn't have to worry about this lump on my chest at my sister's wedding. It was just, it's those little things that people don't realize that makes a big difference to survivors. So that's kind of my journey. I've gotten involved with Women in Action at Dell, and participated last year in the Breast Cancer Awareness Month events that we have there, and just super grateful for my friends at Komen and for the support that I had at Dell. And it's just been, it feels like it was just yesterday, but it's almost been 2 years since my treatment ended, and sometimes I forget I had cancer, and that makes me happy.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Amber, thank you for sharing that story. That's powerful stuff. And, Janine, this is a good chance to talk a little bit about how important it is to self-advocate, and also the fact that just because we're in a pandemic and everything's shut down, the needs are not gone.
Right. Unfortunately, the needs aren't. They're actually probably even greater because of the economic impact so many have suffered because of the pandemic. One of our biggest concerns, Heather, is the number of women who kind of got off schedule with their routine screening mammograms. And so we want to encourage everyone, particularly with this upcoming Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to call it Breast Cancer Action Month, right? Take the action to self-advocate and make that appointment for your screening. While we don't have a cure, we know that early detection and effective treatment does save lives. And so we want you to go in there and make sure that you're not waiting a full year to go back for your screening.
Well, and that's one of the things that I think from talking to Komen for so many years is something I didn't know, is that if you are doing a self-exam and you feel a lump, that is not good. You want to catch it before you can feel it. And that's one of the things that I'm sure, Amber, you can tell us, because you had such a close history, and you obviously then convinced your doctor, said, hey, you know what, I need to have mammograms earlier than 50. That's why you're here with us today, able to say, I almost forgot I had cancer,
Absolutely. The guidance they give you is, if you have an immediate family member who was diagnosed, then you would start your screenings 10 years prior to that. So my mom was 51 at diagnosis. I was diagnosed at 37. I'm thankful every day that I was vigilant about asking for those exams and being upfront with my doctor and saying I would like to have a mammogram. And it truly, they said it was an aggressive form of cancer. So the fact that I caught it so early is a blessing, because I wouldn't have had my first mammogram for another few years.
Wow, that's excellent. Yeah. Well, so I'm very excited that you guys are all here today. So let's go back and talk once again about More Than Pink Walk and about activities coming up in October.
Okay. Well, Heather, we can't be more thankful to organizations like Dell who have supported Komen. I think we're on our 16th year of presenting sponsor, and we couldn't do it without them and without the survivors and their families like Amber, and the teams that Dell brings forth. Their employees are so active with us, and all the other teams and organizations throughout the community that really come together for the breast cancer patients and survivors and their families who are counting on us. And so as we move forward, Pink Week starts on Sunday, and we are looking forward to a full week of highlighting teams and survivors and getting ready for the walk. And so you can register at KomenWalk.org. It's free registration this year. We are asking everyone to raise $100, which is the average cost of a mammogram, right? We've talked about how those screenings are. And then as we move into October, we'll have a speaker series happening on Wednesdays and a breast health forum on the last Wednesday of the month. So keep an eye out on your emails for that, and we'll be sharing more information there and on social media.
So once again, to get signed up, go to KomenWalk.org and go ahead and sign up and walk where you are. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Amber. We really appreciate it. And like I said earlier, iHeartMedia is super excited to be paired up or partnering up with
Absolutely
here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.